by the time this interview is out, the show will be out. So congratulations on the release. What has that been like for you, kind of building up to it and having it out?
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a long journey. I mean, we finished filming almost a year and a half ago, which is kind of mind-blowing. So it's already changed my life. And I always have to remember that it hasn't even come out yet, which is just such a crazy thought. So it's been a trip. Very
Yeah.
exciting.
I mean, can you tell me what it was like stepping into your character? Because I know he's a very complex and deep character. So how'd you bring him to life?
That's a great question. He is not a good guy. So um, I guess one tidbit I can use to describe how I got into character for him is I kind of assumed like a physical. I would kind of put my tongue down, like get the kind of jowls in position, and everything kind of came out of that.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
is there any inspiration from like previous villains in movies or things like that that you kind of brought into it, or was it just your own imagination for this character?
I tried to do that. I was kind of looking for an example, like someone I could draw from for this character, and I couldn't really find anybody that was close enough. So I took little bits here and there, techniques, tactics. I looked up on YouTube, best villains of all time. No
As
one
you
quite
should.
fit.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. So I just kind of created something different, something new, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that I didn't find, and someone's gonna see it and be like, "Oh, it's just like Bob."
Yep.
Maybe it is. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really fun experience.
Yeah, this is Amazon's first Latin American Western show, which is a big deal on its own. But I'm wondering what in particular drew you to want to be a part of this show? Was it like the script or the cast? Could you talk more on that?
Absolutely. I mean, once they sent me the script, it was just really fun to read. I immediately knew I was like, wow, this is funny. It's an amazing story. It was just really good writing. It was such an interesting character to become. I mean, being the bad guy is its whole own thing. It's its whole own process and experience. So it was definitely an opportunity I didn't want to pass up on to be the bad guy and to be involved in such a cool project because it's a Western. It's the first, at least of this type, Latin American Western. And it kind of flips the narrative on its head because usually in the Westerns, it's the cowboys are the good guys, and the cowboys are usually American. And this is, I mean, I guess he's a Mexican cowboy. So the cowboy's still the good guy. Um, it's a little more complex than all that, but he's the hero of the story. And just stepping into that role and that story and getting to be a part of it was an honor. Honestly, it's the beginning of the border conflict between the U.S. and Mexico, which exists to this day in its own totally distinct way.
Mhm.
And this is the origin. And that was really an honor to be a part of telling, especially because I'm from California and it takes place in California. Even though we shot it all in Mexico and everybody involved was pretty much Mexican or not. I think I was the only person born and raised in California. And I'm the bad guy that's from Texas.
Yeah, it was nice to stay in your home, but kind of like play a different character.
Exactly. Represent California in the worst way possible.
Yeah, there's your tagline. But this
Yeah, exactly.
seems like a very happy set. I mean, from what I've seen on social media and your presence, the cast is very close. Do you have a favorite moment or memory from your time on this set?
So many. And you're right, absolutely right. It's a family. Like everybody's really just genuinely nice and cool and hilarious all the time, which can make it hard to do serious scenes when everybody's just hilarious. um, Me and the two characters that play my or the two actors that play my sidekicks, um, we took a bonding trip to Mazatlan, which is It's like a lesser known Acapulco or whatever, and frankly nicer, I think. So we went to this little beach town, beautiful, and we just spent a week there hanging out and getting to know each other better and going to the ocean and just bonding. So that was really fun and really productive too, which is a great combination. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
probably one of my favorite longer moments, a week long moment.
Fair enough. It sounds like you guys bonded and it was relaxing trip as well.
It was super fun, super fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't
But
complain.
if you could describe this series as a whole in 3 words, what would they be?
You know, they asked us to do that at the premiere, but with emojis.
Okay.
uh, for that, I said cactus, cowboy hat, and water pistol or water
Okay.
gun. In 3 words, I would say uh, unknown history. 2 words here, and then separate fun.
Fair enough.
It's just fun. It's just a. I mean, it's deep, it's heavy, but it's a fun show. Like it's when we watched the first episode, people were saying like, "Oh, it's got like Tarantino vibes in moments." It's totally not a Tarantino thing, but it definitely draws from that style in its own way, and I think the perfect places. It uses that really well. It takes music that might not quite fit, and that makes it so much better in that moment because you get this whole other understanding what's going on through the music choice or whatever it is. You know,
Yeah.
they did a really good job editing it.
Yeah, I totally agree. But my last question for you, I know you're getting ready for this release, but do you have any future projects that you could hint at or talk about?
Absolutely, yeah. So throughout filming all of Murrieta and working on that, I had already started and was further inspired to finish writing this feature film, um, which also takes place around the Mexico-U.S. border, but in the present day. It's a totally different story dealing with the same issues, really. In a nutshell, it's a border patrol vigilante, in a way, kind of like a modern Oliver, my character, in Murrieta, who goes to the border and tries to protect the border from immigrants in his mind. He ends up in Mexico and through an injury loses his ability to speak English. And the story goes from there.
Okay.
That's the more immediate project I'm working on. And then after that one's done, I wrote a TV series, which again loosely deals with similar issues, concepts, which is it's Mexico 500 years ago, right as the Europeans are making it to Mexico. We all know how that went in real life. In this version, the Aztecs win. And we see how the world develops if Europe never conquered it directly or by influence or by culture. Everybody keeps their own culture more than in our timeline, our world, and we get to see how the world evolves from there. So I'm really, really excited about that one. But that one's a very big undertaking that it really needs to have justice done to it. So that's gonna be a big project.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're keeping busy.
Yeah, I kind of have to. If I'm even when I go on vacation and I'm like just in a hot tub, I'm like, gosh, I really should be writing or doing something, you know. I don't know if that's healthy, but that's how I am.
Yeah, I respect it. But thank you so much for your time and congratulations on everything again.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to talk to you.